Hi Year 4, I'm going to do your active math starter with you today. Are you ready?
Our starter is about doubling and halving. And here we can see that we've got the number 10, and if we double 10, we get 20. But then if we find half of 20, we get back to the number that we started with, 10. You're going to play a game and you will need a ball for this. Now you can either play with a partner or you can play on your own, and I'll show you how in just a while. Okay, so this person here starts with a number. This person says 11 and then throws the ball to this person who says 22, because 22 is double 11. And then this person throws the ball back and then this person says 11, which is half of 22, and it's the number that they started with. So your partner chooses a number between 1 and 20. They throw the ball to you. You catch the ball and say the double, and then throw the ball back and your partner says the half. I've played this game with my daughter Katie, and then I'll show you how to play it if you don't have a partner to play with. Watch the video and then pause it and then have a go yourself at your own doubling and halving game. Good luck!
12,
24,
12, 15,
30,
15, 7,
14,
7, 11,
22.
11.
So if you don't have a partner to play with, you can do this by yourself. I'll show you how. Remember, we're starting with the start number and then you're doubling it and then going back to the half. 9, 18, 9, 14, 28, 14, 16, 32, 16.
I like that way of practicing doubling and halving, Mrs. Evans. Right, let's get on with today's lesson. The learning objective is to solve problems for fractions of a quantity. What's the big picture? A fraction tells you how many parts of a whole there are. When we find a fraction of an amount, we're working out how much that part is worth within the whole. Today we need to use our bar models to help us solve more complex problems involving fractions. Key vocabulary for the lesson: fraction, numerator, denominator, non-unit fractions, equal to, whole amount, quantity, and bar model. For today's lesson, we're learning how to calculate quantities. Let's look at this question closely. The denominator is 4, and we can see that the bar model has been divided into 4 equal sections. The numerator is 1, and this is shown on the bar by one of the sections being shaded. We can also see that our whole amount is 8, and this is shown on the bar model here. And finally, we can see that our shaded fraction is equal to 2, and that is shown on the bar model here. Now let's see if we can use this to find quantities from the information that we have. Here we have 1/4 of amount being equal to 8. We want to find the missing quantity, so let's use a bar model to help us. Our denominator is 4, so let's use a bar model with 4 equal sections. Our numerator is 1, so we can highlight one of our sections. We don't know the whole amount yet, so let's show this on the bar with a question mark. We do know that 1/4 of the amount is equal to 8. So if 1/4 is equal to 8, then all of the quarters will be equal to 8. This way we can see that the whole amount is equal to 8 4 times, which is 32. So our missing quantity is 32. Here is an example for you to try. 1/3 of an amount is equal to 8. Find the missing quantity by using a bar model to help you. Pause the video. How did you get on? The denominator is 3, so let's draw a bar model divided into 3 equal sections. The numerator is 1, so we can shade one of the thirds. We don't know the whole quantity just yet, so let's add a question mark onto our bar model. We do know that a third is equal to 8. So if 1/3 is equal to 8, then all of the thirds are equal to 8. So 8 multiplied by 3 is equal to 24. Our missing quantity is 24. Well done. Let's look at 2 more examples. Pause the video and have a go. How did you get on? We can use a bar model divided into 3 equal sections, and we can show 1/3 of the bar like this. Then we need to show the unknown quantity with a question mark here. Then show that 1/3 of the quantity is equal to 4. If 1/3 is equal to 4, then all of the thirds are equal to 4. The whole quantity is 3 lots of 4, which is 12. In the next example, our bar model is divided into sixths, and 1/6 is shaded. The whole is unknown, but each of the sixths is equal to 4. 4 times 6 is 24, so our missing quantity is 24. Now, let's take a look at non-unit fractions. That is, fractions that have more than 1 as the numerator. If 1/7 is 8, then the whole lot will be 7 lots of 8s, which is 56. What if 2/7 are equal to 8? What would the whole be? Our denominator is still 7, so let's draw a bar model to show sevenths. But this time, 2/7 are equal to 8. We need to find the whole. We know 2/7 is equal to 8. So 1/7 is equal to 4. If 1/7 is equal to 4, all of the sevenths are equal to 4. The whole quantity is 7 lots of 4, which is 28. So our missing quantity is 28. Here's an example for you to try. Pause the video and have a think. How did you get on? Our denominator is 7, so our bar model will be divided into sevenths. This time we know that 4/7 are equal to 8. So to find the missing quantity, we must find the value of each of the sevenths. If 4/7 are equal to 8, then splitting 8 equally between the 4/7 will mean that 1/7 is equal to 2. All of the sevenths are equal to 2. So our missing quantity is 2 multiplied by 7, which is equal to 14. So 14 is our missing quantity. Let's take another look at these 2 examples and examine the calculations we needed to do to find the missing quantities. In the first example, we know that 2/7 is equal to 8. So to find 1/7, we took 8 and divided it by 2 to get 4, which is the value of one of the sevenths. Then we multiplied that 4 by 7 to find the whole amount, which is 28. In the next example, we know that 4/7 is equal to 8. So we divided 8 by 4 to find the value of 1/7, which was equal to 2. Then to find the value of the whole quantity, we multiplied the 2 by 7, which is equal to 14. Here, 1/2 of 24 is equal to 4/5 of an unknown amount. How could we find the missing quantity? Pause the video and have a think about how you could tackle it. Let's have a look together. Let's begin with 1/2 of 24 and show it as a bar model like this. Then we have an is equal to sign. This tells us that both sides of the equation have the same value. So 1/2 of 24 is the same as 4/5 of our unknown quantity. We can see from the numerator that we have 4/5. So let's draw 4 parts that are equal to 1/2 of 24. The denominator tells us that these are fifths and that we've only drawn 4 parts. So let's draw the extra fifth to make the whole. Now, to find our missing quantity, we need to know the value of the whole of the second bar. We know that 1/2 of 24 is equal to 12. So 12 is equal to the 4 shaded sections of our second bar. So if 4/5 is equal to 12, then 1/5 is equal to 3. And if 1/5 is equal to 3, then 5/5 is equal to 3 multiplied by 5, which is 15. So our missing quantity is 15. Now it's your turn. Remember to do 1 chili's worth of work depending on how you've got on with today's lesson. Either do chili 1, chili 2 or chili 3. This question is for chili 1. It says match the calculations to the bar models. Work out the missing quantities. Pause the video and have a go now. This question is for chili 1 and 2. Complete the bar models and fill in the hole. This is A and B. Pause the video and have a go now. This is C and D. Pause the video and have a go now. This question is for chili 2 and 3. Complete the calculations. Pause the video and have a go. This is for chili 2 and 3. Dora and Mo have a full bottle of juice. Dora drinks 2/5 of the juice. Mo drinks 1/5 of the juice. There is 150 millilitres of juice left in the bottle. How much juice was there in the full bottle? And then you can write the answer in millilitres. Use a bar model to help you. This question is for chili 3. Rosie and Ron are collecting red and blue counters. They have the same number of blue counters. They have a different number of red counters. Rosie says, I have 18 counters altogether. 2/3 are blue. Ron says, 3/4 of my counters are blue. How many counters does Ron have altogether? How many red counters do they each have? And complete those sentences there. Use bar models to help you. Pause the video and have a go now. Well done on the work today. Now it's your turn to check the work. Here are the matching calculations to the bar models. 1/4 of 20 is 5, 1/4 of 16 is 4, 1/5 of 25 is 5, and 1/3 of 12 is 4. Well done. In A, the missing quantity is 48. In B, the missing quantity is 24. In C, the missing quantity is 16. And in D, the missing quantity is 32. Here are the answers to the next set of questions. Pause the video and mark your work. Dora and Mo have a full bottle of juice. Dora drinks 2/5 of the juice. Mo drinks 1/5 of the juice. There is 150 millilitres of juice left in the bottle. How much juice was in the full bottle? Okay, so the answer is 375 millilitres, but I wanted to go through it with you. What I did is I drew a bar model, and we've got 2/5 here for Dora, 1/5 here for Mo, and then here 150 was left because 2/5 add 1/5 equals 3/5. So I know I've got 2/5 left, which is 150. Now I know 150 equals 2/5. So 150 divided by 2 equals 75. So each part is worth 75. So if I multiply 75 by 5, I get 375. Now for this one, I'm going to use the visualizer to explain and show you how I did the bar models. Okay, so Rosie says I have 18 counters altogether and 2/3 are blue. So I know from the denominator that I need a bar with thirds. I know that the total amount is 18. And I know that 2/3 are blue. So these must be red. Okay, so I need to do total amount divided by the denominator, which equals 6. That will find me 1/3. So there's a 6 in each of those parts. 2 times 6 is 12. So 12 are blue. And 1 times 6 is 6. So 6 are red. Okay, so I've worked that part out. Now, 3/4 of my counters are blue. Now it said that Rosie and Ron had the same amount of blue counters. What I need to do now is do a bar model for Ron. Now, Ron's bar needs to be in quarters. So I need 4 parts. 3/4 of his are blue. We know these are red. And we don't know this. This is what we need to find out. Now we know that Rosie and Ron have the same amount of blue counters. We've just worked out that Rosie has 12 blue counters. So this, as well as being blue, is also equal to 12. We've got 3 there, so 12 divided by 3 equals 4. So that is 4, that is 4, that is 4. So this means this must be 4 as well. Now, it's asking for the total. So we now can do 4 times 4, which is 16. So this question mark here is 16. And it also asks how many red counters they have. Now you can see here is red. So Ron has 4 red counters and Rosie has 6 red counters. So Ron has 16 counters altogether, Rosie has 6 red counters and Ron has 4 red counters. Well done. These children completed their My Maths Tasks activities last week. So well done to Micah, Bella, Bentley, Maisie, Riley and John in 4B, Samuel, Zachary R, Alfie S and Savannah in 4P, Thomas C, Louis and Cole in 4S, Faith, Evelyn, Erin, Betsy, Mason and Matthew in 4N. Well done guys. You can send me your work, photos or videos to this email address. Good work today guys. See you tomorrow.